It's been a minute, but welcome to Was I in a Cult Part 71. I think I'm going to try to make shorter videos because I feel like the 10-minute videos are so long and people are just like, they don't really have time to watch that long of a video. I literally have to throw these treats every once in a while at them just so they'll be quiet enough for me to film. Anyways, I know in the last video I left off where I was getting to know Rita and we were becoming pretty close as friends, and of course I had this secret crush on her and didn't let her know about it, and I think it was actually mutual. The only reason why I think it was mutual is because later on down the line, after we both left church, we ended up together. But that's a long way down the line in this story. One particular story I remember is that there was a Valentine's Day dinner, and it was for the single women in the church. So it was basically a Valentine's dinner where women would go like alone or with their friends to this little dinner, and it was supposed to be just kind of like a Galentine's Day dinner type thing. And basically, Rita was my date. But of course, we weren't calling it a date because that was not allowed. And I know that we went there just kind of like feeling all the feelings. I mean, I know I was, and I think she was too, because we had some moments where we were just like having this eye contact, and it just felt like something more than friendship to me. And it's so funny though, because there's this photo of us at that dinner, and we're like standing next to each other, but like far away, like, and we're holding our hands together like this, and like down, like here, like we're just like holding our hands away from each other because it's like we want to hold hands, but we can't because that would not look right. And also at the time, both of us were so into the belief, that it was wrong, and neither one of us wanted to be in sin or do anything against God or the church, and we never wanted to disrespect one another or our church family. But the funny thing is how unnatural it looked for us to stand so far apart from each other, because like normally when women friends take pictures, they usually like put their arms around each other, or they get close and they lean in, and it just looks like normal. But ours looked so unnormal. Like it looked like we were deliberately trying to stay away from each other because of something else other than it didn't look like we were really friends in the photo. It looked like we were basically lovers trying to pretend that we weren't together. I even went to Vegas with Rita and her family, and we slept in the same bed, and that was not easy to do, and pretend that nothing was happening and no feelings were there. I remember at one point in time, like I had this tattoo on my arm, and she was laying there, and she was like touching it, and she was like, saying something about it, and then I was like, oh my goodness, this is really bad. Still to this day, I don't know how I resisted and how she resisted, but we did for like 7 years of friendship. But she's not the only one I pretty much fell in love with during the time that I was a Christian in a anti-gay church. Basically, there was other times, and we'll talk about that next.